Record-breaking snow grinds life to a halt.
Officials say it'll take days to clear.
Ontario's biggest winter storm in years.
With Toronto buried in snow from such an epic snowstorm, I decided to hit the streets to capture what the city looked like. I started my day at Yonge and Eglinton, and it was wild. It honestly felt like I was in the middle of an apocalyptic movie. As I made my way north, it wasn't very long until I came across a TTC bus stuck in the snow, which was really just a sign of things to come. And then there was this small plow that was clearly in a hurry. And just a few moments later, it got stuck in the snow. It was taking ages to get anywhere by walking, so I decided to head into Eglinton Station, but the trains weren't working either. So I decided to head back out onto Yonge Street and just walk south and see how far I would get. As soon as I stepped outside, there was yet another bus stuck in the snow. I mean, just look at the cars on Yonge Street, which didn't have it as bad as cars that were parked on the side streets. I mean, just look at these things, completely buried in snow. Well over 30 centimeters of snow was dumped on downtown Toronto. I mean, it was just so hard to get anywhere in these conditions. Some even braved the roads on two wheels. This guy seemed to be doing okay, but you might need a shovel if you want to use one of the city bikes. So I continued to make my way south along Yonge Street. There were a ton of people waiting by the bus stop near Summerhill Station. Although I'm not sure if a bus ever came, since there are hundreds of buses that got stuck in the snow that day. But buses weren't the only things getting stuck. The front tire of this car started to separate from its rim. Anyone driving that day needed either luck or some good Samaritan help. Off the main streets, though, it was actually kind of peaceful, like here, Ramsden Park. So I continued on my journey south, and eventually I made it to Yonge Dundas Square, normally a bustling center of activity, now largely empty. And of course, there's somebody taking a picture of what looks like a cold drink in the middle of a snowstorm. Then I decided to head west a bit to Phillips Square, which also looked deserted. And as you can see, the snow just kept falling. By now, I was so exhausted. It had been about 4 hours of walking through the snow. So I decided to head back, but the snow plows did not make that any easier. I felt like this dog who just stopped and just did not want to go any further. So I continued my journey north, and clearly some stores were having some fun with the snow, like this place that uses real fruit made a snowman using real fruit. Back at Yonge and Bloor, there were people waiting where you would normally wait for a shuttle bus, but my entire time on Yonge Street, I don't think I saw one shuttle bus. And by this point, even the trees just seemed cold. So I continued my journey north, and along the way, there were some really interesting means of transportation. A blizzard like this meant a sled ride for these kids, and a workout, I'm sure, for the mom. There were even people out and about using skis to get around the city. Not that that was necessarily an easy thing to do, but I mean, how often do you get to ski on the streets and sidewalks in Toronto? Now, if you're wondering if public transportation has improved at all in the hours since I started my journey, yeah, that would be a no. Some 7 hours and 16 kilometers later, I was defeated. But would I do it again? Absolutely. And in the calm after the storm, Torontonians were rewarded with this incredible sky. For Narcity, I'm Lance McMillan. Thanks for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe to our Narcity channel to see more great content.